And you also don't think that the labor market's overheated?
No, I mean, I think that wage growth is rising gradually, and I think one of the things that people are missing is the increasing propensity for workforce participation rates among prime age workers, so what we call 25 to 54-year-olds. That's picking up. That's running at multi-year highs, and I think as the labor market continues to heal, you'll see that number continue to rise. I mean, it's an interesting question. Is we're seeing fairly robust jobs growth. I mean, close to 200,000 despite low rates of unemployment. So where are all these people coming from? I mean, if you told someone last year that we'd be generating about 200,000 jobs a month with unemployment at 4.3%, I don't think most people would have agreed to that estimate. But that's what we're doing right now. So where are all these people coming from? It's telling you that the participation rate is rising, right? I mean, you've had a lot of people, for example, 20 to 24-year-olds that delayed workforce coming into the workforce and stayed in school longer. That becomes a different question now, or calculation for them now, because the labor markets are in recovery. A lot of the improvement in workforce participation over the last few years has been driven almost exclusively by women. I think it's only a matter of time before you see male rates of participation for 25 to 54-year-old males start to pick up as well. And I think a lot of that has to do with what's going on with manufacturing and mining. So you had this sort of detonation in manufacturing and mining in 2014, 2015, and that's beginning to unwind a little bit. So maybe as manufacturing and goods-producing industries do a little bit better, you may see workforce participation among males begin to catch up a little bit to women, and that'll drive the part rate even higher. So to me, improving labor force participation is probably one of the most bullish things going on in the U.S. economy, and it's, not getting a lot of respect right now.